Did you know that there's actually 5 sales that you have to make whenever you sell a home? We're going to talk about that and give you some tips and some information about that that'll make it really interesting and fun for you.
So most people think, oh, I just have to get a buyer and everything's fine. But actually, you have to sell that house 5 times in order to close it once.
Right.
So what's the very first sale?
The very first sale actually happens the minute the realtor comes in or you're getting your home ready. You need to stage your home for great photography.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be on the internet. It needs to look beautiful, stunning, and really entice the buyer to make an appointment to go through your property. That is really the first sale.
That's the first sale.
Right.
And that's why it's really important, because I'm sure if you've searched the internet looking at houses, you'll see one where they haven't staged it and they've got, dirty clothes piled in the corner and the toilet seats up, stuff like that.
Or you have a lot of personal photographs,
Yeah.
a lot of clutter
Yeah.
that's in the house, and it's all about staging the home for professional photography.
And
it's so critical,
it's critical
that it shows that it's large. And then sometimes you might even empty out a room. We like to think that we're going to give you a free pass on your garage. Just load everything in there,
Yeah.
box it, because you're going to be selling and moving.
Yeah.
You want to make that home look large.
Yes.
And if you don't even have any furniture in a room, we can virtually stage.
Right, yeah.
It gives people an idea about what you can do with the property and make it look beautiful.
So that's the first sale, is to actually get them to go, I want to see this house in person.
Correct.
So then the second sale is?
Well, we got to get them to make an appointment to get them in the house so you can actually sell all the features, the benefits, the lifestyle, everything that goes with that home.
Right.
Because if they're not sold on the property, they're not going to write a contract.
Yeah.
So some of the tips that we have for sellers is, you need to be available. You can't just have crazy hours where people can just go through.
Can't get in
because
Yeah.
you can lose buyers that way.
Right.
Because
they're in town for the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just in town for the weekend or just a day or so.
Right.
So being prepared, having your home ready to be toured
Right.
is important. So sometimes you have to really work with your family members to coordinate this.
Yes.
You can't have things just hanging out everywhere.
Yeah.
People want to walk through the home and go, oh, I really feel good in this home.
I feel
it's all
like-
about feelings.
Yeah, it's all about feelings. And
Yeah.
that's why it's really important that if you have pets, that you remove the pets. Don't hang out if you're the seller.
You
Sometimes
do not want to hang out.
No.
That's a bad plan.
Yeah.
A lot of sellers think, oh, I can describe everything. Well, the agent on the other side, they're looking for information to be able to write an offer that benefits their buyer
Right.
and not you.
Right.
So, we'll take care of that. A good listing agent will know a lot about your property, be able to communicate it, and, protect you.
Yes.
Information needs to be doled out to your advantage if you're the seller.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so you've got them on the internet. They decide, oh, I really want to see this place. They make an appointment. They go through the house and go, wow, I really like this place. I think I could live here.
Right.
So what's the third sale?
The third sale is when an offer is received, negotiating the offer. So there's a couple parts to the offer that a professional real estate agent is going to look at. We're going to look at if there's financing, are they pre-qualified? Are they pre-approved? Does something have to happen in order for them to be able to purchase?
Do they have to sell a house? Yeah.
Do they have to sell a house?
Yeah.
If they have to sell a house, what area is it in if you're going to even think about going that direction on a contingent offer? Sometimes that works out okay. A lot of times it's not recommended. It's very individual. A lot of times you may get a contingent offer where they're in escrow, but have they gone through inspections?
Right.
Because later on, we're going to talk about that next level of inspections. But if you have a contingent offer, we need to know a lot about their home,
Yes.
their transaction, their buyer.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of information
It's
that
complex.
has to be gone over. The other thing, negotiating the offer isn't always just about price. Sometimes negotiating the offer is about getting the best terms for the seller. So certain times you'll want to have certain limitations within the offer,
Right.
time-wise, as far as how long inspections are, appraisal, financing, and then to be able to negotiate possibly a good earnest money deposit
Right, that's important.
to protect the seller in case they were to walk after all contingencies are removed. The other thing, too, is possibly negotiating time after the close
Right.
for the seller to move.
Right.
Because nothing's worse if you think you're going to
Yeah.
sell your property and the last minute the buyer walks for some reason, even though you get the earnest money deposit.
Yeah.
If you've moved everything and now you have a vacant house and you're in contract with something else, or you're moving and it's very expensive,
Yeah.
then it can create a potential problem. So a good real estate agent is going to take a look at the entirety of the contract, make sure you're in a good position.
Right.
So the fourth
sale.
sale of the home.
Yeah. That is when you have your inspections. Normally with a contract, it says 17 days for the buyer to get their inspection period. That usually means you're going to do a home inspection, pest inspection, which is looking for dry rot, termites, stuff like that. Depending on how that home inspection goes, then they might ask for an HVAC inspection, a roof inspection. If you're rural, you have a septic tank that needs to be inspected. If you're on a well, you need to have the well inspection. And then if you have a pool, you could have a pool inspection.
You're also seeing inspections by the insurance companies.
Yeah, true.
That's part of it now. So here in the rural areas, CAL FIRE does an inspection on the property. And that can be very important because if you haven't basically taken all the brush away, do certain things that protect your home from a potential wildfire,
Right.
that can be very expensive. If trees have to be taken down because they're too close to the house or they're not limbed up high enough, whether it's 6-8 feet, something like that they require.
Yeah.
That can be very expensive, and that can be a big part of the negotiation through the home inspection period.
So how do you get ahead of that? How do you get ahead of that particular sale, the forced sale, home inspections? What we recommend our clients do is to be proactive, to go ahead and get the home inspection, pest inspection, well, septic, any of the inspections that come up. And then when you get them, make a determination. Are you going to do the repairs prior to putting on the market? So you can say, here's a clear pest. Or you can say all the stuff that shows on the home inspection we've done. We've gotten the CAL FIRE inspection. Everything's complete. So you know that that's one sale you're not going to have to make because it's already been made. Or you can choose to not do the repairs, but at least you know when that buyer puts in their offer, they are aware of all of the different things that need to happen to that house.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what happens if I was going to buy a property and there's all these unknowns,
Right.
instead of knowing what the cost is, I'm going to over-exaggerate the cost
Absolutely.
and use that to negotiate if I want to stay in the deal even.
Right.
Can I afford to do this? How can we work through this?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to negotiate the best terms for me, and I'm not trying to cut it too close because of the unknowns.
Right.
Buyers need certainty.
Yes.
And that brings higher value to
Absolutely.
your home during the sale.
So fifth sale.
The fifth sale is actually their appraiser.
Yep.
Yep. That's right. Even if you have a cash deal, most of the time, you're going to have an appraisal. If you have financing, you will absolutely have an appraisal unless they're
have a
putting
huge
50% down.
Yeah, if they have a huge down, then their appraisal.
Then it might get waived, but not always.
Not always.
Lenders are becoming more particular about properties now because they don't want to take losses.
Yeah.
And it's a whole different market. So
what can happen is, say you get the appraisal and it comes in like a few $1,000s or $10,000 less than what you said that the property should be valued at. Well, as real estate brokers, we have the opportunity, we can go directly to that appraiser and say, here's my comparable sales. Can you use one of these to bring that in at the price that we need to have it? And we can talk to it about it. Like the lender cannot talk to them, the homeowner can't talk to them, but we as real estate brokers can talk to the appraiser and say, this is what I think the value is, and can we talk about using different comps?
Right.
And we've actually had success with that in the past.
Yeah.
So that's your fifth sale.
That's your fifth sale. So it isn't just a matter of someone writing a contract to purchase your house. There's 5 different sales that have to occur, and having somebody that understands that and works with you and keeps you informed and knowledgeable will help you get the best price and the best terms when you go to sell your home.
Right.
So if you would like more information, we offer a free, no obligation report where we can value your home, let you know how long it takes to sell in your particular market. Every market's a little bit different. And we can help you figure out all the different steps that you need to take so you can have a great sale and do really well. So hope that helps. Talk to you soon.